This was wild. This happened yesterday, and it would happen during a live stream with me and Rob, and someone brought it up, and I was like, man, this didn't really freaking happen. It did. It happened. Coach, I'm sure you know what happened, but for the people, the uninitiated out there, apparently someone in Arizona asked Cardinals pass rusher Marcus Golden, I don't know if there's some similarities between Trey Lance and Kyler Murray, and Golden scoffed, and he was like, Trey ain't no Kyler, which is exactly what you would expect someone on the Cardinals to say about that. And I don't know if it was Bleacher Report, Gridiron, something. Just made it a thing on Twitter or Instagram. George Kittle liked it, pressed like. Everyone saw it. It was caught in 4K, and then he unliked it, apparently, and tried to sneak away. I don't know. Maybe he fat-fingered it. Maybe he was just scrolling, and things happen. Anyway, there's so many different interpretations. One interpretation is that he agreed with Marcus Golden, and that interpretation is supported by months of tepid, at best, praise for Trey Lance. The other interpretation is he's liking it as locker room material. Like, okay, I'll remember this. I guess I'm not asking you to interpret it, but the fact that there's so many different interpretations isn't good. I don't think. It's not good. It feels like a distraction.
I mean, you'd like for a guy that's supposed to be a leader of your team to think about the repercussions of liking that.
Thank you. Debo didn't do that.
No, Debo didn't. And but the thing is, if Debo did, because of the comments that Debo's made, you would think. I would immediately think if Debo liked it, it would be like he liked it because he's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna show these guys, yeah, you know, like.
But no one else on the 49ers liked it except for Kittle.
But because of what you said before, is that at best Kittle's been very tepid about
yes.
Lance. So coupling with him liking it makes it seem like I don't like.
Here's the thing: if you were Trey Lance and you saw that, what would your reaction be?
WTF.
I would be, what? And right. I wouldn't say like I don't feel like Kittle's taking a shot at me, but I don't know. And the fact that I gotta wonder isn't good. Like, what the hell is that, man? You might want to call him and be like, George, what? But you're 21 and he's 28. Can you even do that? I don't know.
Yeah, and the fact that George is this is one of the things that, like, if this was like a lesser player on the team, I would expect one of the guys like George Kittle to call that guy up and be like, yo, if this happened to, I'm just trying to think, like, if Trent Sherfield liked it or like Brandon Ayuk liked it, like, I would expect George Kittle to call that guy up and be like, yo, what are you doing? Why'd you like that post? Like, what's up with that? We don't really like that. Because it's George Kittle, no one's gonna question him. I mean, did Kyle call him up and be like, what are you doing? I'm like that. Like, you know?
And here's the reason why there's at least a question as to where his motivation is, like where he's coming from. Because we're not the only – everyone can sense that he's less than enthusiastic about the 49ers trying to replace Jimmy Garoppolo. They're very close friends. They've played together for 5 years, and he's made it real clear that he's not into it, at least for this year. And, I mean, he hasn't even hit it. So now that you do this – I mean, you might be having Trey Lance's back, but that's not really the first thing that pops in anyone's mind. And I wonder what popped into Trey's mind. And it's weird to have a 21-year-old making his first career start thinking, man, I mean, we have no idea what's going on in this locker room. Yeah. I'm not in there, but I wonder if this came out of left field or if this is something that Trey Lance, this is a dynamic that they're working with right now.
It's not a good look as a leader and as a leader in the locker. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's not good for you. Want to do everything.
It's an awful look. It's a horrendous look, and it seems unprofessional from George Kittle. He's going to need to answer for that, and he's going to have to say he'll say something like, "I was just he'll say the right thing," but he shouldn't have made it a topic. It was a mistake.
And
he should know better.
I hope that George called Trey Lance immediately after that and had some sort of conversation. I would hope that occurred.
It's his birthday today, George Kittle.
Happy birthday,
George.
But the other thing, it's not a good look for leadership, but it's also ultimately a bad business decision too, because Trey Lance is the most important figure on this team, including guys on the coaching staff. Because if Trey Lance ends up being what people think he is, he's going to supersede everybody. So if Trey Lance ends up being a star and he wants George Kittle gone, George Kittle's gone. If Trey Lance ends up being a star and he doesn't like Kyle, Kyle's gone. Like, more than likely. Because that's how NFL big-time quarterbacks roll.
I mean, if Lance is that good.
Right, if Lance is
according to Kittle, he ain't no Kyler.
Yeah, Lance is actually someone wrote this. Lance is actually like 3 Kylers.
It's true. It's true, it really is. Have you seen Major League?
Yeah.
It's been a while. But the premise of the story is they're, a bad team has been given up on by the ownership and they're kind of tanking. But they have this guy, Charlie Sheen, the closer, the wild man, and he throws 100 miles an hour, but he can't control it. But he's like the most exciting thing they have. Well, he's one of their better players. And he has beef with the third baseman. Remember that? Third baseman hates him. Third baseman was the star of the team. He's a bit of a has-been. Hasn't been playing as well. I'm not saying Kittle's a has-been, but that whole dynamic, the young guy who's a little goofy and throws super hard, and the diva third baseman who doesn't appreciate the spotlight going away. So I don't know. Now there was a little extra dynamic between those two. I'm not going to get into it, but you know what Charlie Sheen's character did in the bar. I'm just saying. Like, he was definitely he was wrong. He was wrong, and I'm not saying that Lance has done anything like that because that's crazy. But you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
It'd be funny. What Lance could do would be funny is if in the next couple of weeks if Ross Dwelly pops off, like, oh, George Kittle, you don't like me, and Lance is, I like
Dwelly.
Yeah,
Dwelly's my guy. Yeah, I know.